Oh yeah, we popping. Oh yeah, we live. Oh yeah, we live. What's up? What's happening? What's happening?
Yo, yo.
Okay, hey, it's hitting because I just got the Twitter notification for it, so it's hitting. It's hitting. We're gonna let some people hop in. There we go. YouTube just sitting the notification out. Live on Twitch. What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? We're gonna let some people join in.
Don't tempt me. I'm on one tonight.
Yeah, we
Hey,
got money on the line. We on a strict time schedule. We do
yeah.
have a very, very special guest, but we gonna get through it. Trust me when I tell you, we got money on the line.
Yeah, a lot of that actually. I don't know how I'm feeling. I don't know how I'm feeling about them parlays, but I mean,
They gonna hit.
after last night, I need everything to hit because I went damn near 0 for 5.
What happened to the halftime joint?
Who messed it up?
Somebody.
Now you got me thinking because I think it was one person that messed it up.
Yeah, I know for a fact.
Trav. Yeah, I've never put no money
Trav.
on him.
Trav sold so bad last night, bro.
He was terrible.
Trav did what she say. He did his big one last night.
Yeah, he was terrible.
He did his big one last night. He sold so bad. He was just embarrassing. Yak said, relax. Them ladies gonna hit tonight. Good, Yak. Tell him calm down, Yak.
I hope so. I'm trusting you tonight, but I've been trusting. I only hit when I cook up by myself. I've been telling you that since like basketball season, huh?
You've never won when you cooked up with me?
Yeah, but I just win more when I do it by myself. And y'all used to be hot that I was winning, but I'm like, if I tell y'all put bad juju on it or something. Y'all put bad juju on it.
Bland, what's happening? Shout out Bland. Bland, I'm not gonna hold you. Your Twitter lives be going crazy, boy.
I
I
wish
be
I
seeing
could see
you, and we gotta run it back, bro. We gotta run it back because when we did the draft joint, my audio wasn't right. I had technical difficulties on my end. We gotta run that back for sure, and we need Terrence to hop on too. Yes, we gotta run that back, Bland, for sure. Shout out Bland. Shout out Bland.
Oh, okay, now I can see the comments. Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, you live. Hey, that's I'm not gonna lie. That's when it gets fun. When you get in them comments, they get to chatting.
Good. I need to see them.
Okay, bet. Bland, say less. I'm gonna have Dylan. I'm gonna have Dylan hit you up, bro, and we'll get something worked out. We'll get something worked out for sure. We got to make that happen. Got to make that happen. Hey, if you're returning to the live stream and you're not used to seeing two faces, this is an official for Panthers fans only live stream. When y'all see just me, you know that it's moved to change. But today, my co-host decided to join me. He think he pretty. He think he cute. So y'all know how that go. But yes, this is an official for Panthers fans only live stream. We have a very, very special guest that we're going to bring up here within the next couple of minutes. We're going to allow some people to get in, give some people some time. I know some people are just getting off work. I know we're going to have a couple of Saints fans tuned in. I'm pretty sure, if I'm not mistaken, they're an hour behind. I should know this because I work in sales in the real estate industry, everything like that.
You got to know Tom?
Huh?
What, you need to know their time?
Yeah.
I mean,
it's Central Time, right?
I'm not even gonna say. I'm not even going because then people might not trust me.
It's Central Time. Matter of fact, I'm confident. I'm confident in knowing what it is. It's Central Time.
Okay.
So shout out to everybody. Welcome to FPFO. This is our live stream. If you're here from the podcast on Wednesday, thank you so much for being here. If you're a returning viewer, thank you. If you're a new viewer, you're here because of Charles. Shout out to you as well. Like, comment, subscribe, turn the bell notification on. Really, really, really been going crazy over the summer. Other than that, we're here. This is the way that we will be going about our live streams, or excuse me, going about our game previews from now on. Like I mentioned a second ago, we do have a special guest joining us, a part of the New Orleans Saints fan base. So y'all cut him some slack. Y'all cut him some slack. We going, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna try and take it a little easy on him because he's not really familiar with how we give it up. So we may give him a little pass this go around, but we'll see. Because if he come on here talking crazy, we gonna hold it down. Know that. We gonna stand on business. We gonna stand on business for sure. Let me see. Our producer finally decided to join us. Let me see if I can bring him up. I don't fix the stage and everything, so now I don't know. Look, and that's the first thing he do. That's the first thing he do as soon as he get on.
That's for you. That's for you because you want to be on my jock like I ain't bust my ass to get here.
Well, shout out to you. I'm not mad. I'm gonna try and give people a little more time before we bring our guest up. But like I said, we are running on a time schedule. We are running on a time schedule.
We're gonna have y'all out before Monday night or Friday night football.
For sure.
Excuse me, because stuff not even making sense right now with the NFL. But cool.
This is Brazil.
Let me see what's happening there. Let me see what's happening. That's a great question, bro. I think I was with him when he bought that hat. Actually, didn't you buy that hat in Charlotte?
I did right before we smacked y'all last year. I mean, before the game last year.
Hey, be respectful. Hey, see, and Terrence, this is the great thing about this shit, man. If somebody get to talking too crazy, we just move them down. We just move them down. On the pod, we can't mute them up. On the pod, we can't mute them up, bro. We can't mute them up on the pod. For sure. Keep pounding. Shout out Forest City. Lucas was goody.
I can only see YouTube comments. That's crazy.
Nah, you can see. I think you can see everything. You should be able to see everything.
Nah.
Not on Twitter.
There we go. There we go.
Let me go put this out real quick.
The most recent one I see is Bland.
Yeah, I went up.
Oh, fact.
Yeah,
fact.
The one Lucas is Forest City. That's bro. You know the one that be at the dude that be at Roaring Riot.
Okay, got you.
Yeah, that's bro.
And this is a military appreciation Cowboys hat, not a New Orleans Saints edition.
I had something to say about it, but I'm gonna keep it to myself.
I'm just making sure, salute to our troops. Shout out to them.
I feel like that's not even a reason you got it, but okay. Cool.
It's not, bro. It's not.
No, hey, why are we hating?
But them folks at where y'all work at, they did a good job at kind of, training it out of him a little bit because he good with that PC shit now. I've been picking up on it. He still be talking crazy, but some of them comments and everything done calm down. And now all of a sudden it's a military appreciation. That shit ain't been a fucking. Oh my god! See, hey yo, I told everybody I'm gonna do better with the profanity on the live stream, but that shit ain't been a military appreciation hat since he bought that bitch in November.
Yeah,
but now all of a sudden it's a military appreciation.
Oh yeah, if I had kids, I would be one of them for sure.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I gotta sweat these parlays the way I've been getting cooked. I gotta sweat every single parlay.
For sure. Hey, Luke, don't worry. We're gonna have him in there soon. Only thing we gotta do is just wait until January when they get clipped by the 49ers per usual. And then he's gonna be, he gets a little down on himself. He gets a little down on himself.
I mean, but he ain't gonna be cheering for us because if I'm being transparent, we ain't gonna be playing in January.
Why not?
Oh, okay, cool.
Well, according to
for that conversation, if y'all want to be optimistic, I mean, if y'all want to be delusional fans like JJ, cool. But I'm here to bring it back down to earth.
According to JJ, y'all are gonna be the ones that clip us in the playoffs this year. If you let him tell the story.
Hey, if y'all got to come to the bank,
there you go.
If y'all got to come to the bank,
see, I mean,
Omar, what's goody? Hey, Omar, hey, we can't.
Time to roll one.
Yeah, I was about to say we can't bring bro on the stage until Omar say it's time to roll up. Omar done said it's time to roll up and put something in the air, so we lit. We good. We good. Oh, he is making his debut.
Smoke with him. You must got smoked.
Welcome.
He is. Oh yeah, they don't. Hey, they really
That
don't
is
know what he
true.
looks like. This is a debut for them for YouTube, like Instagram Live. You know, he used to be on there all the time, but for YouTube, this is the first for them. This is what Tavian looks like with his buster ass cowboy hat on. That's how he wanted to make his debut.
Long awaited debut, man. I had to appear on whatchamacallit, Unnecessary Bluntness before I got to appear on my own platform.
I mean, that's just the way of the business. Now, see, hey, boy, I tell you, boy. Niggas be so funny. Let me just chill. Omar, shout out to you, bro. Appreciate the super chat.
Yeah, appreciate that.
Go ahead and spark that up. When it's sparked, you let me know. As soon as it's sparked and you let me know, we're going to bring Charles on the stage. Shout out to you. Carter, what's goody? He says, crazy we have Friday night NFL football. Some kids, dad is going to skip their game. Nah, for sure. Hey, that's facts. I didn't even see that comment. That's facts. I'm not going to hold you. I'm probably not skipping my kids' game for the late, bro. I'm not skipping my kids' game for the late. But I got college football all day tomorrow.
Do they want to eat? So cool. Let me cook up this parlay. Hey, once we get that rocking, we can go get dinner after your game.
If y'all want to tell something, you feel me? I got a little parlay cooked up right here.
He feels so good because he hit that little weak ass shit yesterday. But let me not hate
that was my pocket money for the weekend. That was to get the bets rolling.
Facts. I need me
first.
I need me something, bro. Because I'm not gonna lie, I'm starving.
I think I'm taking tonight. I'm taking Josh Jacobs for an anytime. Jordan Love over 2 passing touchdowns. Christian Watson for an anytime. AJ Brown for an anytime. Saquon for over
too much.
2.5 receptions. These are gonna be the ones touching the ball. I'm putting it.
If y'all tell that, y'all are rammed.
And then Devontae Smith over 40.
Yeah, I mean,
too many times. Too many
times. Too many. Josh Jacobs ain't scoring tonight.
I mean, I have him on one of my tickets.
Is AJ Brown scoring tonight? That's 2 of my anytimes. My third. The only questionable anytime is Christian Watson. I'll take it.
Jordan Reed, lock it. Jordan Reed, lock it.
I'm taking Christian Watson.
Or excuse me, Jaden Reed. My apologies. Jaden Reed, lock it.
Show some respect. I got him on one of my fantasy teams. Show some respect.
Yeah. Well, look, man. Again, I appreciate everybody tuning in. I see the people starting to roll in a little bit now. Like I said, I'm not gonna hold you. When I go live,
we got a Romeo Dobbs anytime.
The only thing that makes me ready to start is when I see Omar in the comments tell me that he got something rolled up. That's when I know I'm ready to go. I believe the cast is ready to go. If not, and fasten your seatbelt because we're in for a very, very quick 60 minutes. We got to get off because we need delays. But like I've been hinting at before, we do have a very, very, very special guest from City Saint, Country Saint podcast. Host Charles. I'm gonna pull him up right now. Round of applause for our first ever enemy. Because Tavian ain't really enemy, because Tavian is really a fan. But I'm not gonna hold you.
Here we go.
Tavian is really fanned out. Tavian himself is really fanned out. Let me see.
I support the Panthers and the fact that they'll bring tax money to my state.
There we go. Charles, what's happening?
Oh, you slid me in the wrong panel. I thought we were about to be the Family Guy guilt chart. Right?
What's up, man? How you feeling?
I'm feeling good. I have taken the right combination of psych meds to feel good about this season.
Oh gosh.
Ooh, well, we got a lot to talk about, and I hope they work for you on Sunday. Come about 4:27 Eastern.
Oh my God, I can't believe you are. I give myself like crazy optimism. I was watching you the other day, and you started talking about starting the season 3-0.
Delusion.
And I'm like, you won 2 games last year. That is the most powerful vape you're hitting in history. That's like heroin. What are you doing?
Look, if only you knew, Charles.
I was
If
about to say,
only you
if
knew.
you thought that was crazy, boy, you ain't scrolled deep enough.
I was about to
You ain't scrolled deep enough.
because he really had us at 10 games. He really had us winning 10 games. And I don't even know if his number has changed too much.
He
Yeah,
had him winning 10 games last year too.
I have us at 9.
I don't know. Like I might have been very optimistic about Bryce until I saw him play in the NFL.
Just give him time, bro. Listen,
Yeah,
this is the thing. We don't have to go this deep into it. But you like I said, if you would have scrolled a little bit more, you would have known that I'm pretty much, well, I was one of the biggest Bryce haters in the world.
Now it's
Oh, as the pick or as the season went on?
That's everything.
Both.
That's everything.
Oh, so as soon as they drafted him, you were like, nope.
As soon as a pre-draft report came out that they were potentially looking at Bryce.
Oh wow.
Yeah, but it wasn't like I wasn't as big of a hater at that point that I was during the end of the season or during the season. But I mean, off season, I've gotten a lot of time and opportunity to go back and watch a lot of film, and I see the reality and the truth now. So I think people are extremely tough on Bryce, myself included. I was extremely tough on Bryce, but now I'm optimistic. I think he's going to be okay, and I think this new offense is going to be. I think he's going to find a lot of success in this new offense. I really do. So we'll see.
It's the right time of year to think it.
Absolutely. That's why I think we can win 8 or 9 games. Exactly. This is the perfect time to think it. No other time
I mean,
than week 1.
My pregame podcast is still in the editing bay because I've had way too much to do this week, but which is terrible. I always release it on Saturday when no one gives a shit. And but I by the end of the season, I had us at 11-6, and it's because I have no respect for the schedule. I don't think we're very good. I want to be very upfront about that. I think we just have an easy schedule because our division is dog meat. And so I feel really optimistic about how we do against our division. And so I have and my co-host is much more realistic. He thinks we're going, 9-8, 8-9 again, which is about right. Good defense, offense is kind of sus, and I don't know what to make of what's going to happen there. But I have wound myself up so much about what might be, even though I hate our quarterback and head coach.
Not hard.
Good. I'm glad. I'm okay. Cool. So 8 or 9. Actually, we'll get to the record predictions later.
Can I ask you a question, Charles?
Yeah.
I want to know your honest feelings going into the season with Derek Carr as the starting quarterback.
It's a problem. I don't know. He was very good at the end of last year. I think we had a very bad OC last year. Pete Carmichael just didn't he didn't have the offense doing anything interesting. He would run really low value plays in long yardage situations. He wouldn't throw over the middle. Apparently Derek Carr doesn't love to throw over the middle. He likes deep, he likes sideline, but this is a team, and you get spoiled watching Drew Brees for a decade, right? Drew Brees throws with a mousetrap release and on the numbers, right? I knew he was washed his last 2 years because Michael Thomas is getting 110 receptions a year, and he's getting 8 yards after the catch because Breeze keeps making him reach backwards because he doesn't have the snap on the throw anymore. So he's not leading Thomas the way he did, all of his receivers for a while. So he'd hit Thomas, but Thomas couldn't do anything with it. So that was and Derek Carr is like that. He doesn't like throwing over the middle, and he doesn't like those quick timing hits. So I don't know how that's going to work with Kubiak, because Kubiak is going to be running a lot of that, plays that rely on quick timing, that acknowledge that the offensive line is, so they got to get the ball out quick. And so we'll see if that's a good match. But there's a lot that I'm optimistic about just because we don't have Carmichael and because Dennis Allen does coach a good defense. But even our good defense is kind of aging. And so it all, you've watched oh my God, why am I blanking on his name of our of our sack machine, Cam Jordan.
Cam Jordan.
You've watched Cam Jordan for a decade yourself, and like last year, he would beat his blocker if people tried to single him up, and then he couldn't chase down the quarterback. He could flush him, but he couldn't catch him, and that shit's crazy to watch when you've been watching him for a long time. So they are moving him inside a little more. I don't know. Like there's a lot to wonder about. But
no, I would definitely say watching you guys last year, the guy that popped to me was Demario Davis, which isn't amazing. A surprise. He's a phenomenal player. But I asked you that question about the quarterback specifically because I wanted to know, as a Saints fan, would you rather – because I've been saying this to these guys over here. I've been like, watch out for Spencer Rattler. He's coming. He looks like the real deal. Would you rather see Spencer Rattler suit up for the Saints this season than Derek Carr?
Not this season. I think he's clearly not a starting quarterback yet. I think he's a project quarterback. I think he's probably got a higher ceiling than Jake Haener. But he wasn't really noticeably better than Haener in the preseason. His highs were super high, but his accuracy was so. He's got to be faster on reads, that kind of thing. But his ceiling is high. I think his ceiling is higher than Haener's and is probably as high as like Derek Carr ever really showed in the NFL, not what he was projected for, but I don't think he's ready yet. And I'm not, when your division is that, like, let me put it this way. If we were in a better division, I'd be like, let's just go with Spencer Rattler. So we can get good as fast as we can get good when we have to transition. But this division stinks. And you can make the playoffs at 10-7. You can make the playoffs at 9-8, maybe. And there's no reason to not just try to push your chips in, because once you get to the playoffs, anything can happen, right? Tampa ended up playing a staggering drunk Eagles team in the wild card round last year and won a playoff game, even though they're not any good. So that's where I'd like to be, winning a week 1 playoff game with my less than spectacular quarterback. But we'll see. If he plays the way he played at the end of last season, if the offense starts to click, then I think will be a not embarrassing 10-7 instead of like one of those things where they show a statistic of the worst 10-7 teams of all
time. 10-7.
Yeah, I don't really see 10.
No one does. No one does. But the divisions, like the reason no one does is because no one in this division is a 10-7 team, right? No one is. None of them.
I don't.
Atlanta is so overrated. Atlanta is so overrated. I don't think anyone's a 10-7 team, and every one of these teams has to play the other 3 scrub teams 6 times.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
And so Falcons are not a 10-7 team, Daquan. Everyone keeps saying that. We beat the Falcons by like 40 to close the year. Like that's the real thing.
Yeah, but they also
that's the reason I hate.
They also didn't have Kirk Cousins. And regular season Kirk Cousins hit different.
I know. I don't know who he's going to throw to though.
But they have Drake London, Kyle Pitts, Bijan, Tyler Algier. They kind of.
I mean, I hate trying to tackle Bijan and Algier. And Drake London burned us in that game. Really,
Drake London is not that.
But I think Drake London will be better with a real quarterback. But
yeah, I was about to say we've only seen him with Desmond Ridder. Let's cut the guy some slack.
I think Drake London's going to be very good. Kyle Pitts has been, I mean, Jesus Christ, they used a top 10 pick on that guy.
He's overrated. He's overrated to me too. But
hasn't done
most
any.
Falcons fans aren't ready for that conversation. I think Kyle Pitts is a very mid tight end. That's just my opinion. I mean, based off of what I've seen, just very mid. But cool.
Yeah,
Yeah, but look, Daquan, I'm not on anyone's ass. I think the Saints stink too. Let's be realistic. I think we're all bad, but it can't all be ties. Like, it's not like our division, like they're going to give us a penalty for being hard to watch. Someone wins the game.
They'll just pull the primetime games like they did with the Panthers.
Oh my
Facts.
God!
But I will say this,
we have to play. We have to play the Chiefs on Monday Night Football, and we have to play Green Bay the day before the week of Christmas in Green Bay on a national game. Oh man! Even if we do have a winning record, the only thing anyone's going to see is us getting stomped. It's going to be so ugly.
I would love that. I would love that. And I agree with what Bland said. I have y'all finishing last in the division as well. But that's just, maybe I'm a homer. I don't know. I don't know. But I do believe that January 5th, and I've said this multiple times. And
Chase
more
Young
times
doesn't
than
need
not,
a neck.
January 5th, it'll be a divisional game. It'll be a divisional championship. Simple as that.
I think it'll be a toss-up between us and them for last in the division. Us teetering that line very close.
Terrence, you got to stop doing that shit,
bro. How? Like, how much improvement do you think we're gonna have this year from 2-15? Like, 9-7 is just unrealistic, or whatever the fuck you said. 10 and
why?
whatever.
I said 9. I said 9-8. I don't believe that's unrealistic. I don't think that's unrealistic. I think you load up on your wins in the front half of the season, which is why you go 3-0 against three very, very mediocre teams. I understand that the Carolina Panthers were the worst football team in the NFL.
Right. Although all three of those teams are like, I can't believe we get to play the Panthers. And you got us. You have yourself.
I mean, yeah, that's
3-0.
That's fine. Because I'm not gonna lie to you. I think that we go into New Orleans on Sunday and make a statement very, very early.
And if we don't, for whatever reason, and we happen to lose that game, then I mean, I got us at what 5-12.
Yeah.
I mean that if we go in there and lose against New Orleans Sunday, I'm dropping that down by. I mean, it might be 3 games. It might be 3 wins in total, if I'm being. But
I'm just hard pressed to see that, bro. I'm just so hard pressed to see that be the case.
And Daquan, I'll be honest with you. Like, yeah, the ceiling could be 9 wins. But that ceiling is at 9 wins. It's like when you walk into one of them houses with them big, like 20-foot ceilings, and you're 5'9", like your quarterback. Like, it's a tall task to get up to that ceiling.
That shit is so tired. You tried to get that off. That shit is so tired.
It's tough to get up to that ceiling.
That shit is so tired. You tried your best to get that off. That shit is tired as hell.
Y'all are gonna win like 5 games this season. Let's be honest. It's gonna be a 5-win season.
5 is a good number.
The schedule, and that's not a slight. Again, that's not a slight to the Panthers. I said this on the podcast. The schedule is brutal. The back half of that schedule is, it's a slug.
You have the easiest. I think Atlanta has the easiest schedule. You know what the difference between Atlanta's schedule and your schedule is? They play you, and that's why they have the easiest schedule.
See, the Panthers' schedule, that back half lines up. They have like
Philly,
the Chiefs, the
Dallas,
Philly, Dallas, Atlanta. It's one after the other. It's just a dogfight. Because respectfully, Charles, you guys will get dragged by the Chiefs, the Eagles, the Cowboys. There's quite a few teams on the Panthers schedule that would do the same thing to the Saints.
The Panthers on Sunday. Don't keep like I want y'all to stop trying to play us. Like honestly, Charles, like if we're having an honest conversation, right? Historically, we had one of the worst offenses in NFL history, right?
Yep.
And both of the games that we played against y'all, the first one on Monday Night Football, me and Terrence were in attendance. And then the last one, what was that? Like week 14?
Something like that.
Yeah, that was a dog fight too. And had it not been for a couple of things,
first one was a dog fight. The second one was not. And it wasn't really a dog fight. It was more like two teams begging the other team to win the game.
The second
Like
one?
the
Or
first.
the first one?
That's the first one. Bland, you do not have to worry. I know everything about our team. I am not, I have no false hope or crazy optimism. I am just here as a corrective to the absolute insanity that you people think about the Panthers. I am I
Bro, I don't know why. Okay, cool. I mean, I don't even really like, as far as the game on Sunday, I don't think I really have much to say for real, just because like I know what time it is. And I will say,
yeah, that's good. I mean, look, I'll be honest. The reason you don't have anything to say is because there's no rational reason to believe the thing that you believe, which is that you're going to dog walk us.
that the
When
rational reason
you are
is that
not a team, you are not a team that gets to say you are going to dog walk anyone coming off of 2-15. You got to show before you talk, and there has been
Are you a betting
nothing.
man?
No,
You're not a betting man.
I'm an old man. I don't really bet anymore.
I was about
I'm
to
an old
say,
man.
because I'm not
I
gonna
am
lie. I like doing something financially. Because I mean, they got our line set at plus 3.5. I think we ram that. And to be honest, I think it should be minus 3.5 Carolina, bare minimum. I think we win by 4 more.
That's
And dog
amazing.
walk in my mind is we win by 10. So yeah, I think we dog walk y'all by 10
I
or
thought
more.
Carolina was tobacco country.
It is. I just can't let you come on the platform and just start slandering our name, though.
Well, here's the fun.
Tavian are fucking co-signing you, like
I'm just being optimistic. I'm just saying
on business, nigga. That's how y'all act when we have a guest.
I had y'all at 4 wins. I don't know. I'm standing on what I stand on.
Wait, but here, let me tell you the fun
prediction.
part, and this is for everyone in the chat too. On Monday, JJ and Terrence are going to come record with me because we don't do a pregame really. We do a postgame where we bring the team we played. We a fan of the team we played on the podcast. And so this year, this is the first time this is how I met these guys, is I wanted to find someone who did a Panthers podcast because there are no actual fans who I know. And so I think the whole fan base is here in the chat. So
wow.
Hey, he keeps shooting, huh?
No, that's insane. I'm not gonna lie.
So when we have the guest on, we have a segment called Get Our Ass, which is if we lose, whoever comes on gets however long they want to take to just empty the clip, just go off.
You don't.
But if we win, you have to sit as John and I just hammer you. Just go off. And so it's one of the best parts of the show. You know, like we'll record that on Monday and I'll edit it.
Are you gonna have us on mute?
What?
Are you gonna put us on mute when y'all grilling us so we can't respond?
No.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you can say, well, you can't really respond while we're getting your ass, but you're free to like take notes and then, go like it's the debate and go, sir. No, of course you can respond. No one gets on mute.
Yeah,
I might if we win and we come on, I might want y'all to be on mute. No cap.
What was the name of that segment again, Charles?
Get Our Ass.
Gotcha.
Yes, Lord. We got something for you now. I got a clip and I just been waiting. I got something for New Orleans fans, Atlanta fans, Chicago fans.
It's all good.
Don't let us win. Don't let us fuck around and win one of them games we shouldn't win, like a Dallas. And he got to come sit on the ground with us that week. Oh my Lord! Oh my God! Oh my Lord! Have mercy.
The week we clip y'all, I might kick y'all off the couch for the first 3 minutes of the episode.
Yeah, right.
I'll kick y'all off the couch for the first 3 minutes of the episode and just pop my shit to Bland and who is Daquan and Bloody and Dylan all y'all in the chat. And where's Buddy at? They said cow bitches. I'm on YouTube. Let me
But it's
find
fine.
it.
Like bloody, it's fine.
QJ.
I don't like. Look, I'm not gonna jump out a window if we lose the game, man.
No, you shouldn't.
I'm gonna be unpleasant to be around. My wife's gonna give me a wide berth. If I text her at 4:30 that shit went south, she'll just be like, order in. You you can stay out for a while. But like I don't like, I mean, I live and die up here, but the fact is, I don't care if someone makes fun of me after the game. Go off, man. That's the fun part of all this shit. This isn't like the 49ers parking lot where someone hits you in the back of the head with a pipe. This is fun, man.
Yeah. It's safe online for sure. It's safe online.
Dylan, man, I would put a trampoline just to send me back into the room.
Nah, for real. Well, look, let's go into a couple of key matchups. Like I said, we're gonna get y'all out of here quick. I have a couple of key matchups that I wanted to talk about. Just a little bit, nothing too crazy, but the first one that I have is J.C. Horn versus Chris Olave. Now, as Carolina Panthers fans, we know the deal with J.C. Horn. We know that he's coming up on the final year of his contract, everything like that. Who was that just got paid? Jalen Ramsey just got paid. What was that, today or yesterday? If I'm not mistaken, he just got an extension from Miami. And I believe there was another cornerback that got paid as well, if I'm not mistaken, like this past week. So we know that yes, yep. Sertan was in his class. So we know what time it is. And we know the problem with J.C. Horn is the fact that he's injury prone. I'm not gonna pull any punches on that in that regard. And then but to start the season, he has the opportunity to make an early statement. I know a lot of y'all won't agree with me in the chat, but I believe that Chris Olave is a solid receiver. I think Chris Olave probably only goes to 4 teams, maybe, where he's not wide receiver 1. So I believe Dallas is definitely on that list for sure. But I think that Chris Olave is a really, really, really good receiver. And that's really one of the matchups that I'm going to be locked into early. But I want to get y'all's feedback just on that specific matchup with Chris Olave and J.C. Horn. How do y'all foresee that going, and kind of just give me some insight on your thoughts in that regard?
I don't want to be super corrective, but I think it's a lot more than 4 teams that he can go to and not be wide receiver 1.
Yeah, I don't think he's a top 5 receiver. I think he's very good. I think that's a little higher than
No. I wasn't saying that I think he's a top 5 receiver. I'm just saying that I believe.
And then there have to be more than 4. What is there? Some team?
No, you're right. You're right. No, you're absolutely right. I misspoke. You're right. You're absolutely right. There are a couple of teams that he can go to and not be a wide receiver 1. Let me retract that statement. I think he's a top 23, 24, somewhere in that range receiver. I would say that. I would say that confidently.
Yeah, he's like, look, I think Olave is very good. I can never say anything disrespectful of J.C. Horn because his dad is, Joe Horn was Saints legend.
For sure.
So
shout out Joe. Uncle Joe, what's up?
Hardest touchdown, one of the hardest touchdown celebrations in history.
I loved him. He was so good. And so was he hurt? Was he hurt last year or the year before?
Every year.
Every damn year.
Yeah. Well, okay. Like 1 year he missed
he played like 13 or 14 games. I think that happened like 2 years ago.
That was Brady's last year when they made the playoffs.
Oh, okay.
When they beat us, if we'd have beat them, we would have made the playoffs.
Yeah, when Steve Wilkes came in for the back half.
So if he's at full strength, then it's a good matchup. I mean, look, Olave's not gonna, I think, go off where it's going to be like some kind of, but he'll get his catches eventually. Like, it's because, and it'll be in part because of scheme. It'll be in part because of nobody wins every matchup. I don't think that I don't know that Horn locks people down like I think Lattimore locks people down, though I think Lattimore's been overrated for a while too, to be honest. Like I watch and I'm like, I see people getting catches on him a lot. But I think it'll be a fun matchup. I don't think either one of them is going to come out pounding their chest, even though both of them will come out pounding their chest. You know what I mean? Like if Olave goes for like 6 and 70, both of them are going to say they won.
So where does the matchup go to the number? Like who's the number 2? Who's leading the depth chart, or who's leading the Saints receiver room at the 2 and 3 slots?
Number two is Rashid Shaheed, who is who is deep threat guy.
Yep.
Like
Take the top off.
He is a great kick returner, and he just smoke. Like his first 5 catches in the NFL were all like over 40 yards.
Yep.
Like he just gets behind and he's got good hands. Number 3 is probably Cedric Wilson. We got Cedric Wilson from Miami.
Boy,
what a blast from the past.
Yeah, I don't know. He had a good preseason, but I really don't know what to make of him. 4 is solid. Terry, who was like a late round draft pick out of Clemson last year. But he also is a take the top off kind of guy. He has not shown a whole lot of possession receiver skills. And then after that, we have 2 guys we got this year. Bub Means, mid-round draft pick out of Pitt, and Mason Tipton, an undrafted free agent out of Yale. And that has me really conflicted because I went to a worse Ivy League school than Yale. And so I'm glad there's an Ivy guy, but I don't want it to be Yale.
So it sounds to me like we also went to Ivy Leagues. Shout out ECU. No, it sounds like
Roll Pirates, baby.
No, it sounds.
Wait, who? Oh my God, we had an. Why am I blanking on his name? We had an ECU quarterback for a bit. He was with the Jets too.
Not Jeff Blake. Jeff Blake.
Yes, Jeff Blake.
Jeff Blake. Yeah, that was a while ago.
Yeah, of course. I'm old as shit, man.
Yeah.
You're not that old, Charles. Stop saying that, bro. You're not that old, bro. Jeff Blake, yes.
I'm not gonna lie. I think when JC and Chris Olave get out there, JC will have him in a straight jacket.
I think so too.
I'm not gonna lie.
I don't know why Tavian keeps trying to do all of this cute shit. Bro.
No, I was just gonna say, like, it sounds like the wide receivers behind Chris Olave really aren't hitting on nothing.
No,
so it sounds
no
like
one
it's
likes
a wash.
Him.
It sounds like a wash because the Panthers have one viable option at cornerback. One.
The
Panthers have one viable option at cornerback. Realistically, everything else is a question mark because they either just got to the team or we haven't seen them do anything in the NFL. We had this conversation the other day. The Panthers went from having unrosterable cornerbacks to having Jags, which for everybody out there, Jags is just a guy. Yeah. Now they have Jags at their second string positions at cornerbacks. Like it's not.
They throw to the tight ends. The Saints throw to the tight ends a fair bit too.
Yeah,
Foster Moreau has no hands. Foster Moreau has no hands, but Juwan Johnson's a converted receiver, and they line up Taysom in the all over. They're going to be lining him up at wide. They're going to be lining him up at tight end. They're going to be lining him up at fullback a lot. He can, and obviously he's a quarterback too, but he's not a viable starting quarterback because he doesn't have enough zip on the ball. But every time they line him up at quarterback, he runs it now, unless he catches people sleeping. But
I heard a whole lot of we got a bunch of nothing.
Yeah, that's fair.
A whole lot of mediocre. That's what I heard too.
But y'all could get it off because, like Tavian said, our secondary is very mid. No matter what JJ tries to say, we really only have one true cornerback. And, I mean, our offense is going to have to do some damage. But the Saints' defense is solid, so I don't even know. I have us winning the game, but I'm just very, I don't know. Shit could go either way.
By the end of this, when we do our score predictions, I need a score. And if it doesn't sound right, then I'm gonna tell you that it doesn't sound right.
Okay, all right.
Next matchup I want to look at is Jadeveon Clowney versus y'all's offensive tackles. I know that y'all have lost a little bit on the offensive line. I seen the young dude that just gets abused. He was getting abused in the preseason, so I just wanted to get a little insight on
Trevor
how
Penning?
that's gonna go. Yeah, he is. I mean,
Trevor.
He's fucking horrible.
I don't.
I mean, my God.
I don't even know what to think, man. I mean, on the left side, we have Fuaga, who was our first round pick, and he had a great preseason, and people like him a lot. So I'm just assuming that that's good. The right side is fucking turnstile, man. The beginning, like 2 years, we drafted him 2 years ago. And in the preseason, the only thing he did was get in fights with his teammates. Just every fucking practice, he would like get in a fight with someone on the defensive line. And people were like, he's got grit. He's got moxie. And then the first game, he was on skates, man. The dude looked like a blocking sled, and they had to bench him after a month.
We love that.
And then, no. The first year he got hurt. The first real practice, he got turf toe and he was out for the whole year. And then the second year, he was there he's healthy and he stopped fighting. So we're like, all right. And then he was so bad the first month of the season, they had to bench him. And we just had a rotating waiver wire pickup at tackle. We had Cam Irving starting 5 games, who was a washout Panthers first round pick, I think.
Yeah.
Cam Irving is
he wasn't even terrible, but that's only because I spent half the season watching Trevor Penning. And so he got progressively better in the 3 preseason games, and he can run block, but I am terrified of what's going to happen on that side. We have a good center. We have one good guard, right? McCoy and Ruiz. And our other guard, I'm not sure. That's another. Nick Salvaderi was a pick 2 years ago, 4th rounder who can't get himself into games and then spent the whole preseason hurt. And then it's a bunch of fucking creative player shit. I don't know. So the offensive line has me worried, and that has me worried about everything else.
So do you think that's an offensive line that Jadeveon Clowney will be able to take advantage of?
Oh, for sure.
Depends on where they line them up, but I don't think they're going to go one-on-one. I don't think they're going to let it. I don't think they're going to spend a lot of time going one-on-one against him. But Clowney's problem is what Clowney's problem always is, which is either over pursuit or you can run at him. But if they try to block him, straight up, he's gonna beat people. I mean, a huge respect for Clowney. When he's on, he's hard to block, but he has the flaws in his game that have the no question first pick overall kind of bouncing around the league. That's it.
Yeah.
But he would if he were in drills with Trevor Penning would retire.
Understandably so.
Hey,
what were you going to say? What were you going to say, Terrence?
Yeah, I like QJ Smith. Hey, DJ Johnson, he's so ass. This should be his breakout game, and if not, if he don't do anything in this game, he needs to be cut. But unfortunately, we're very thin at that position, so that probably won't happen. But yeah, he's dog shit. I agree.
Wait, who?
DJ Johnson. We have
you don't know him, which is probably
I do not,
because he ain't worth knowing damn near. So I mean, yeah, you had the right response. Who?
Yeah. M. Here's the thing with Penning is he's really strong, legit, really strong, which is why he's a good run blocker. But his footwork and anticipation and confidence just is not very good. And so he sort of squares up tentative, gets popped, and all of a sudden his balance is shot and people are just, pushing him around. And it forces everyone else to scramble.
Yeah, that's what M said. He says Penning has ideal
Yeah.
everything except technique.
Yep.
And all I gotta say, he better keep all that fighting shit in New Orleans because
Yeah, we got something for that shit this year.
If he try that Sunday, he will get slid off. I'm not gonna lie. He better keep all of that in practice.
Man, these are all millionaires. They're not going after each other.
No, they're going after
Derek
each
Brown
other.
wanted all that smoke last year. Who was that? Michael Thomas that he waited in the tunnel for?
Oh yeah.
Derek Brown wanted that smoke in real life. For sure. Yeah, tell him keep that.
That's true. We've had a lot of crazy shit within the division.
Yes, Lord.
Yep.
Next matchup. This is Panthers fans will love this because I know that Ikem Ekwonu is definitely somebody that a lot of people feel a lot of different ways about. And he has to go up against Cam Jordan and Chase Young as well. Now I know you guys have another end, Charles. This doesn't
not
start.
end. We have a couple of decent.
I said Chase Young is not starting. Is that correct?
No, I think he is.
Okay, got you.
Chase Young is starting. We have two interior guys who are decent, Granderson and Brissy. But I mean, and they're going to move Cam inside a lot too, because I think they figure he can, he has a shorter path to the quarterback. Like, I don't think they're worried about his hands and his strength, but I do think his foot speed is down. Though he did have ankle and heel problems last year. Yeah. So maybe he's got.
He might want to go outside and try it.
Yeah. I was about to say,
he might want to go try Icky because we got 150 million up there.
Yeah, I was about to say
in between them guards.
I don't know if him going inside would be the best bet.
So yeah, I don't even mean for this week. I just mean generally.
In general. Got you.
I don't know enough about your offensive line to say anything. I know that I already said Cam was like, it was just crazy watching him not be able to chase people down, because he could still beat his blocks and he could still flush people. And Chase Young has been a kind of mystery in the NFL, but he was very good last year. He had like 7-8 sacks last year, and he looked incredible in the preseason. So I was very happy we got him, but I don't know what to make of it yet. Like all the new parts, you don't really learn a ton in preseason because, you're watching them play a lot of people who are working for UPS now. And so who knows what they're going to look like, like they gotta carry boxes to stay in shape before training camp next year. But I don't know what they're going to look like against top flight. Foskey sucked, M. Oh my God. He is the Trevor Penning of our defense. Is that this is what I think about Isaiah Foskey. He was a second round pick. He is he's a Notre Dame guy, I think. So I figure he's brains and like way too in his head, because he gets tentative and then he gets two hands in the chest, and then all of a sudden, he's clipping through the fucking sidelines. Like there's no, he just disappears, man. I want to believe, but we had two guys like that. The other one is Peyton Turner, who we drafted like 3 years ago, and he's played in like 4 games. Like the dude he's like 6'6", 250, and he's like made of porcelain, and so he never plays. And he was supposed to be our big end, and he never plays. He's the guy who we would like to be, who we wanted to be opposite Cam, and we'd now like to be opposite Chase Young. Always hurt.
Well, we get our own taste of that with JC Horn, so we feel your pain on that front for sure.
Oh, I
But
guess
yeah,
Granderson. You're right. Granderson's an end. So Young is going to be playing behind Granderson, but I think they're both going to get a million snaps.
yeah, I'm about to say that the rep distribution will probably be about even. I would assume,
Do you
especially
think
in particular with in passing downs. I would assume too.
does Granderson provide any position flex where you can kick him inside,
Yeah,
or
and
is he purely an edge?
I think so, and I think like looking, we run a lot of, we run a 4-3, and so we're gonna have, we don't. Colin Saunders is out. Brian Brissy, if he can, like, he was great, but apparently didn't have a huge gas tank, so he couldn't be an every down guy. If he can be an every down guy, then especially while Colin Saunders is out, you're going to be seeing like either Granderson playing on the outs, like rotating in, or Young rotating in with Shepard and Brissy, because the other guy we have is John Ridgway, who I don't know anything about. He was like a part-time player with the Commanders last year, and Christian Boyd, who was like our 6th-round pick, and he, I think is considered a project.
I wasn't aware that you guys had John Ridgway. He was actually originally a Cowboys pick. I think we grabbed him in the 6th round. We had to
Oh,
cut
okay.
him though because we didn't have any room for him on the roster. But he
Feel great
he's
about
shown
that.
potential. Yeah, he's shown potential.
Thanks. Something I didn't need to know.
No, he definitely got snatched up very quickly by the Commanders.
Yeah.
He's shown potential. He was productive in his time in Washington. I think you might have a piece there at D tackle at least.
Yeah.
For
That'll
sure.
be good, man. And look,
Yeah, I think that's going to be a good matchup, and to me, that's a great start, a great challenge, in my opinion, to see what type timing Ikem Ekwonu was on. And also, I think that it's going to give us another opportunity. Well, not even really another opportunity, but just an opportunity in general to see our offensive line at full strength. Because I'm not sure if you're familiar, Charles, with the situation as much, but the Carolina Panthers and their offensive line, the 5 guys that will be starting on Sunday, they have not had many reps together. So we had Damian Lewis, who was a guard that we brought in from Seattle. He's been dealing with a couple of injuries here and there. Also had a personal matter that left him out of practice for a couple of days. Robert Hunt has been down a couple of days as well. Taylor Moton was getting multiple vet days. Even when we rolled out our first team against Buffalo for our last preseason game, Robert Hunt and Austin Corbett, neither one of those guys were on the field with that first unit. So this matchup is going to be very interesting to me. I don't think the Saints D line is anything like spectacular, but I also understand that like those reps during the summer are very, very, very important. And this starting offensive line just simply has not had those.
Yeah, we had a lot of trouble with our line last year. We had until the second Panthers game, where we sacked you guys 8 times. And I mean literally 8 times.
Embarrassing.
We had a hilariously low number of sacks, which is why that game was so much fun to watch. I mean, not only did we beat you by a lot, but we were like killing your quarterback. And like we had spent the whole season, it was a really frustrating season. We got beat by Josh Dobbs when he'd been in Minnesota for 15 minutes. Right? Like Cousins got hurt and they signed Dobbs like that week, and he beat us. We lost to Desmond Ridder once, and like I don't remember who else it was, and we kept having the same problem, which is our defensive line would get through and they couldn't catch the quarterback, and then the quarterback would run for 15 yards because we didn't have anyone spying. Our linebackers were out in coverage. All of our other linemen got kind of pushed, when the quarterback changed direction, it was like he was running a pure naked bootleg on us and just open space. And that happened a couple of times in the preseason when I didn't watch the third game, but I watched the first 2, and it was driving me crazy. And so, and it's especially frustrating when you have your own quarterback as David Carr, who, if he runs for 2 yards, you're like, whoa, average goes up, like, so when someone else's quarterback gets out of the pocket and runs free, it's like, it's just the waves of jealousy go crazy. But we couldn't catch the quarterback last year. It was driving all of us nuts. And so, hopefully that gets fixed a little, either through Chase Young forcing like offensive lines to switch shit up, or us getting there quarter second sooner. I don't know, but our strength isn't really the defensive line. Our strength is linebackers and D-backs.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, y'all secondary. That's going to be a problem. I think it's gonna provide a challenge early for this new wide receiver core with first round pick and Xavier Leggett, traded for Deontay Johnson, et cetera, et cetera. So that's definitely going to be a good challenge in my opinion. And then we have a guy like a Jonathan Mingo who, by my account as well as a lot of other Carolina Panthers fans, had a phenomenal camp. And just the progress and development we've seen from him. So that's definitely going to be a very, very intriguing matchup for me, as well as just to see how our wide receiver core faces off against you all secondary, for sure.
Yeah.
Now, I'm gonna push the pace a little bit here, just because I told everybody we will be off before Friday Night Football. Got about 18 minutes, but I wanted to definitely get your thoughts on Dennis Allen, just because from an outsider's perspective, it seems like the feeling regarding him, the tonality just around the fan base, it seems to be a little down. I think that I would feel safe in saying that he is officially on the hot seat for sure. And then he comes out and makes comments like he did today, or yesterday, whenever it was, about Clint Kubiak and just the decision on if he would be on the sideline or in the press box, and not wanting to give teams an advantage by knowing where he was going to be located on the field. So, what are your thoughts on Dennis Allen, and just kind of what are your expectations in that regard?
Well, I mean, look, he's a good defensive coach. His last time as a head coach was a bust. I don't even remember. Oh, the Raiders. It was total bust. And the fact that he kept bringing in Raiders started driving us a little crazy. First he brought in Carr, and then he brought in Foster Moreau, and then I couldn't believe we didn't sign Hunter Renfrow. And they were like, it just felt like, I mean, for real, I feel like he was rumored to be coming, and I was like, oh, I guess so. I liked him in college, whatever. Try to put a positive spin on whatever, but he's not well liked in New Orleans. Sure. And nothing gets a fan base angrier than, I mean, how we finished last year, right? We were beating the Panthers by like 30 something. We got tackled at the 1 on a play with just a few seconds left. And, Dennis Allen sent us out in victory formation. He sent Jameis out instead of Carr, and Jamal Williams. And Jamal Williams was our free agent signing, and he had no touchdowns. So in the huddle, Jameis, and I don't like Jameis. I have all that sort of woke liberal shit is me. And so the guys who have like the whole, questionable pasts, I'm like, whatever, I guess I got to root for this guy because he's got the right jersey on, but I don't like him. And I like this though. He gets in the huddle and he's like, all right, guys, who wants to get Jamal his touchdown? Because he had no touchdowns. And so they set up kind of in victory formation. And then they take the snap and hand it to Jamal Williams, who runs up the middle for a 1-yard touchdown. And nasty work, but I hate the Falcons. So why would I be mad? I don't care. Oh, I don't care if they're upset. Rub them in, like kick them in the dirt. I don't care at all. And there, Arthur Smith came out screaming. He didn't want to shake Dennis Allen's hand, and we were all going ape because I flew down to New Orleans for the game last year. I live in Brooklyn, but I flew down to New Orleans for the game. Me and my podcast co-hosts were going nuts. We loved it. Then in the press conference, Dennis Allen was like, I told him not to do that. I would talk to him. We're going to blah, 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 blah. It's like, fuck you, man. You have one job. You think it's coaching the team, but it's leading this team and getting their goddamn back. And when you as a Saints fan humiliate the Falcons at home, you go on there with your Joker mask and be like, fuck you, we'll do it again next year.
Let your nuts hang.
Yep. I mean, I forget who it is. It was either Earl Bruce or Woody Hayes. It was one of the old school Ohio State coaches. And I said this on the podcast last year after the game. They were beating some team by like 1,000,000 points. And they scored a late touchdown and he went for 2. And they were like, why did you do that? Like, the game's over. Why would you go for 2? And he goes, because we can't go for 3.
Facts.
That's it. Rub their nose in it, man. That's what the point of the rivalry is. And if the Falcons beat us twice this year, I expect them to dance on our grave. That's the point of this.
Yeah.
What am I going to get? Am I going to cry when they come stomping through if they beat us? No. Do it. I did it to you. I know what's coming.
That's what makes the rivalry.
Whirlwind, man.
Yeah.
They don't dance.
That's the fun part.
Yeah, I think that's a sentiment that should be echoed throughout the league. I think it's understood you should not like any team but your own. Like, you shouldn't have any feelings or soft spot for any team but your own. Like, that's just what it is. Especially when you're playing those rivalry games in division, you want to kick their teeth in every time you see them.
Yep.
Totally agree. Terrence, did you have something? I thought you were saying something.
No, I just said if the Falcons don't dance on their grave, we will.
starting Sunday at 1 p.m. Eastern for sure. Where do you have the New Orleans Saints finishing in the division? I know you said you have.
Look, I don't think any of them are good. I think I don't respect the division enough to not say we're going to win it. But I think that it's going to be a low total. I think whoever wins this division is going to win it with a maximum of 10 games. Like when I was going game by game with my co-host, I got to the end and I was like, do I really have this team at 11-6? Then I think I sort of forced them to lose the last game just so the number would start sounding crazy instead of certifiable.
Do you have them sweeping the NFC South?
I had them either sweeping or 5-1. I don't think they're in the division. Like we went last year. We split twice and beat the Panthers twice. So it's not like, you know what I mean? Like it's not crazy.
But everybody got better.
We didn't get swept.
Except the Saints.
I want to say everybody got better except for you guys. I'm confused.
Well, I don't think the Bucs got better. I think the Bucs clearly got worse.
Well, I would second that. But the Panthers
and
you beat twice,
you were so bad. I'm not concerned with you being better.
Okay, cool. Charles, keep that same energy.
We were 7 games ahead of you last year.
I love that shit. I'm not gonna lie. I love that. I love that. Keep that same energy. I love that shit.
Unless half our team had a heart attack, you are not like you didn't make up a 7-game gap.
I don't believe that either. But I mean, considering that everyone got better, the Bucs stayed around where they were. I still think the Bucs are good enough to, compete in the division for sure, and also have a chance to win it. But I clearly think that y'all are like kind of the worst team in the division, battling with us. Bottom of the division.
Look,
worst team
the season will happen, and we'll see. I mean, I still I don't know, I can't even think of anyone important that we lost. I just don't think we were very good last year either.
Right.
And that's the thing. You guys weren't good last year. You didn't really make any additions in the offseason.
We still went 9-8.
I mean, you got Chase Young, which
We got Chase
Young.
We got
I
Chase
mean,
Young.
like,
We got Chase Young. We used a first-round pick on an offensive lineman who I think is very good. We didn't have Ramczyk either last year. I think Kool-Aid McKinstry is going to be good for our secondary in
I
addition
like
to what
Kool-Aid.
we had. What?
I like Kool-Aid.
I love Kool-Aid.
Man, I love the names on our team. We have Bub Means, we have Kool-Aid McKinstry, we have a guy named Orgy. He doesn't spell it right, but still. But the real heartbreaker was we had Shamar John Charles, who was like a backup DB and a special teams guy. And my partner, that's his name, and that's how he spells his name, and so Shamar John Charles was the official player of the City St. Country St. podcast. and then they cut him. They didn't even keep him in the they didn't even keep him on the practice squad. So that was a bummer.
We've had a couple of guys like that too. Friends of the show that are no longer with the Carolina Panthers. So I think we have a long list of those as well. So we feel you guys' pain. But look, we're gonna wrap up here. Before we do, make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, and we definitely want to get the score predictions in. So I guess that will allow the Saints fan to go first, just because he is a visitor. So give me a score prediction for Sunday against the Carolina Panthers.
Score prediction is we're going to win this 24-10.
Okay.
Look, 10 points is what you averaged last year, right?
Yeah. So you didn't see any. Okay, cool. Actually, you know what? I respect your position. I respect your position, sir. Tavian?
Yeah, I've got the Panthers winning. First of all, shout out Tavian's burner. See you back. But I've got the Panthers winning 24-17. I do think that they have improved a lot, and I don't see the Saints as something to be feared. And as far from an NFL standpoint, definitely not. So I think I got the Panthers winning 24-17. Because I also think the Panthers defense is soft as I don't know what. So that's the only reason I even got them getting 17. Because I think David Carr is inept. Anybody who watches the show knows that I can't stand David Carr or Derek Carr.
Yeah, we joke a lot about stuff, and do you know what David Carr's middle name is?
What? Mediocre?
What is the worst possible name that his middle name could be? It would be Duke. David Duke Carr is the worst possible name he could have, and that is what it is.
Chill, relax. Be respectful.
That name is dog shit.
Be respectful. We got 5 of them bitches. We got 5.
5 what?
No, not the school.
Oh, I thought
his name is David Duke.
Brother, he's talking about that KKK man.
Yeah.
Oh shit!
We pay attention to this stuff. The first thing I did when we hired Clint Kubiak was check out his middle name, because I had to see how out of pocket his dad got.
Yeah, that's wild. They talking about some be respectful.
I thought it was a shot at Duke University.
No.
We do. How did we even get here?
Fuck them too.
Well, fuck them.
If you want it to be a shot, it's a shot. I got
no. My wife is a Tar Heel. My wife went to Chapel Hill.
Go Heels.
You married a smart woman.
Mm-hmm.
I'll pray for you. Terrence, what you got?
I got us.
They told me to hurry up because the game is about to start.
Yeah, I know. I got us winning 24-21.
I got us 31 to 20.
31
to 20. 31 to 20. What they say?
That's all your scoring for September.
Okay. We'll see.
Nah, that's insane.
That's disrespectful. No, he's been getting a lot of disrespectful shit off today, bro. I'm telling you.
Yeah. No, I know. That's how I'm preparing for Monday. I'm preparing for Monday to either to be continued or I will just lay back and let it wash over me.
Absolutely. And I need control over the soundboard because we have a
we don't have a soundboard.
It's okay. You know what I'll do? I'll just hold it up. I'll hold my phone right up to the
Yeah.
mic. Don't worry. We have a special song dedicated.
That's fine. Thanks, M.
Yeah,
M knows. M knows.
And we gotta go ahead and block you, M.
Hey, we can put M in timeout.
Yeah,
we're gonna put M in time. Let's put M in timeout. There we go. Timeout.
No.
Thank you so much for
M.
tonight.
This is
messed up, man. Hey, justice for M. Justice for M.
All right. This week's episode of City Saint Country Saint is dedicated to M. R.I.P.
The messed up part about it
F
is
in the chat for our friend M.
The sad part about it is I don't even
let me
know
just
how
tell
to
everyone
unblock
where my stuff is.
Absolutely. Go ahead.
So number one, it's called Hostile. Like, I used my old law podcast, Hostile Witness feed. So City Saint and Country Saint, if you just look for it, it's on everything. But on the main feed is SoundCloud/HW Pod. And so that's got all of the back episodes. I am also, most of what I do, like this is kind of a goofy thing I do on the side, but I have like a comedy legal podcast, left-wing stuff. We cover a lot of stuff called A-Lab series. And so if you just look for ALAB series, that stands for All Lawyers Are Bastards. And so you can find us, on everything too. So I think that's just, at SoundCloud/ALab podcast. But it's got, I think alabseries.com is just the podcast website. And so, that's good stuff. I think the Saint stuff is fun and I love doing it, but the law stuff is really more, we're all goofy, but we take the law part really seriously when we're telling very out of pocket jokes about.
You said it was left wing.
Yeah,
left wing. So I'm assuming you're voting for Trump.
I live somewhere where it doesn't matter. But second of all, I grew up with that guy in my fucking backyard being annoying way before he was ruining most of the country.
Fair enough. Well, Charles, thank you so much for hopping on.
Thanks for having me.
Y'all make sure to go check him out right now. Also, his Twitter is in his handle right now, so y'all can go check that out right now. Also, if you've been here and you've been rocking with us for the duration of the night, even if you're a Saints fan, take the time right now, like, comment, subscribe, share, tell a friend to tell a friend. You can also follow us. All of our social media is down below, as you guys can see. We will be back on Tuesday for our official For Panthers Fans Only game review after week 1, obviously, so you can tune in there. Like Charles mentioned, I don't know when he's going to edit it. He already told us he has a problem with editing a little bit slow, but me and Terrence will be on City Saint, Country Saint on Monday, just so we can let their ass have it. And I'm gonna make sure I play our song when we start it and when we kick it off for sure. But yeah, other than that, like I said, Charles, thank you so much, man.
Thank you all. Who dat, everybody?
Yeah, appreciate you hopping on today, Charles. Yeah, definitely fun having you here for sure.
Yep,
absolutely. First enemy content creator we've ever had on For Panthers Fans Only. So shout out to you. Here are your flowers.
What a moment.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Much love, man. City. Oh, that's Philadelphia. Fuck Philadelphia.
No better way to end there. Keep pounding, baby.